Hello and welcome. My name is Melissa Maloney, and along with Wendy Wood, I am co-founder of the Little Birth Company. And in this video for our mini series, I wanted to share more about positive affirmations and how they work and why we use them to support hypnobirthing. A lot of people I have heard talk about positive affirmations and be quite dismissive of them. And in all honesty, I was the same when I went along to hypnobirthing classes when I was pregnant 14 years ago. I didn't really understand them, so I didn't get them. They weren't working. I felt they weren't working for me, and so I didn't use them. But now, and sort of since then, I've trained as a clinical hypnotherapist. And I have understood kind of the science behind positive affirmations and how and why they work. So positive affirmation is when we write something in the present tense that's kind of affirming what we want to feel, how we want to be, how we want to show up. So I am confident. That's a positive affirmation. I am is a really good kind of beginning piece for when you're writing an affirmation. So you wouldn't write, I'm going to be confident. You take out that whole chunk and you write it as if it is now. I am confident. And what can happen is if you stand in front of a mirror, for example, and you really don't feel confident, you stand there and you say, I am confident. You can just feel your body rejecting it. You can just feel yourself then, and you can probably have the internal narrative going, well, no, you're not confident, because do you remember the other day you didn't speak up? Or do you remember that time you stood on stage and the words didn't come out? Like, you're not confident. And so all the stories and all of our kind of history and our stored beliefs overtake that. But what happens is so you have like a real resistance in the beginning, but what happens with positive affirmations is, I mean, in the beginning, I would slightly maybe switch that one. So there's slightly less resistant. You could say, I am growing in confidence every day. So there's less resistance to that. I grow in confidence. I am growing in confidence day by day. I'm growing in confidence every day. Then you can switch it when you are more kind of settled with that and how that feels to I am confident. And what happens is whatever we are focusing on, we notice in our environment around us. So if you've always had a belief that you're not confident, in any situation that you go into, you will seek and find evidence that supports that narrative that you are not confident. So your neural pathway in your brain is, you go into a room and you think, I'm not confident, or I'm going to be confident today. And then it just goes straight down that neural pathway that says you are not confident. And here's all the evidence I've collected from your whole lifetime that shows that you are not confident. So we have this really strong neural pathway to for a lack of confidence. Whenever you think about something where you want to be confident, you just go straight down this neural pathway that says, no, you're not confident. And what we want to do by using the positive affirmations is to create a brand new neural pathway that says, I am confident. And it takes time. You can't just suddenly change that story in your mind. It takes time to change that. And that's where positive affirmations come in. So you would say on the first morning, I am confident, and you would feel real resistance. But the more you say it, so if you were to say it a few times a day, maybe have it as your screensaver on your phone. Every time you open your phone, it says, I am confident, and you say it. What begins to happen is you begin to notice situations where you are showing up with confidence. You begin to notice times where, actually, when I did that thing then, actually, that was pretty confident of me. And so you start to seek out that. Your brain starts to notice in the environment around you situations where actually you did show confidence. And so over time, by repeating the affirmation, it's the repetition that really helps this. You can begin to break down that old neural pathway that takes you to I am not confident, and you can begin to build this stronger pathway to confidence. Link that in with having some self-reflective practice where you maybe at the end of the day, when you're saying I am confident, you think consciously about your day, about points where you were confident throughout that day, and you will always find something where you showed up with a bit more confidence. And so eventually that positive affirmation, when you're saying it in front of the mirror, your brain isn't rejecting it, and that's when you really start to feel it and believe it. So when we think about birth and how you want to feel in your birthing experience, using positive affirmations can be really helpful. So one that springs to mind instantly is, I trust my body. That can be a difficult one for a lot of us. You know, we've been taught not to trust our bodies, and we notice times where we needed maybe some medical help with things, or we've just kind of had a negative relationship with our body, and we, particularly when it comes to birth, have been taught that we need to rely on, you know, medical interventions, and that this is kind of not a physiological function of the body, but it's something that requires medical support. So I trust my body could be one that you start to say. And I always say, use affirmations so think about what kind of your biggest negative thoughts are about your pregnancy and birth experience, and then twist that into the affirmation. So if you're feeling a lack of trust and a lack of doubt in your body's ability to birth your baby, that can be a really good one for you. Anytime you're feeling unsure, I trust in my body. And then you'll begin to notice times where your body hasn't let you down. When you think about everything that your body does day in, day out, you focus in on those really small things. My body breathes for me. My eyes are blinking. My hands are moving. I'm not even thinking about it. All these things that we take for granted with our body just show how amazing it is, and we should have trust in our body. So that is how we use positive affirmations to create and rewire. Like, isn't it amazing? We can rewire our brain so that it is much more confident, that it doesn't reject these positive affirmations. And then the actions that you take when you have belief that you trust your body will be very different to if you don't trust your body. You will make very different decisions in your birthing experience when you wholeheartedly, and your brain is on board with it as well, trusts your body. So I hope that is helpful. Have a little think about how positive affirmations might help you in your day-to-day life. And if you're pregnant, we do have we've got some gorgeous on our shop, the Little Birth Company shop, some gorgeous affirmation cards that can really help you. But you can make your own. If you're creative, you can get like really creative, and make sure you speak to your hypnobirthing teacher about how to write positive affirmations in a way that is really going to work, because little kind of nuances and changes in the language make all the difference. So good luck with that, and let us know how you get on.